G'day, my name's Cannon Fodder, and we're playing Vermintide 2, the Handmaiden for Carillion, on Festering ground. Same deal as always, it's on recruit just to make it a little bit easier for us so we can actually get through this in under 20 minutes without having to worry about cuts and jumps. And just so that the hordes don't take too long. Otherwise, this series would never be finished. Ever. We're going on a tome and grim hunt. And running through the map after a fashion. We'll be discussing some things along the way. But for the most part, we're just here to enjoy ourselves. Here to enjoy ourselves and slaughter rats and the Noggle hordes. Alright. We've got a ways to go before our first books. And a bit of a fight.
This way, onwards.
Ba-da-ba-da. Across the bridge. We don't really need to worry about anything. Oh, look! It's a mini patrol, and this is a Beastman Chaos start. Now, I'm not really a fan of the Beastmen, to be honest. They're a little bit too tanky. Oh boy. Alright. So, our first objective to get the books is just ahead of us in this gigantic cave system. But we will need to deal with this Beastman horde first. Alright. We shall drop down into the base of the cave to find ourselves a key. Slaughtering anything and everything in our path. Making use of our spear and letting the Slayer do its job. And slay. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that would be a gun rat, which is now dead. The key is over here, which we shall pick up. Let's just use our get out of trouble card real quick. And slaughter the spawn. Ow. So glad I got the block up. Grab the loot die and run up this cave wall.
Bring on the fool.
Our first tome is ahead, and we shall be turning up this ladder before the footbridge. We need to miss at least one arrow shot, otherwise you're not a true elf player. Jumping across the gap. And hey presto, it's a tome. So good. And now we can drop down. Traveling up the stairs. Oh, that's not a good sound. We need to drop down using all the platforms along the way, because believe me, if you try and drop all the way down in the first hit, you're gonna have a bad time. Also, where is this thing? It's around. Anyway, let us continue. Oh no. And they killed it, which is good. Alrighty. So, that key that we picked up there is going to be for this chest to open. Now, there it is. Should come up with that one. And we're going to pick up our first Grimoire. And now fight our way back from this edge. Shield bash. Punch, shield bash. Punch, shield bash. Let's get the armored rat off balance just a little bit. Make it a little bit easier for us to kill him. And here comes the rest. Now, for those of you who played Vermintide before, I don't know if you noticed, but the pathing has both gotten better and worse at the same time.
That rasping breath.
That's my opinion, anyway. Travelling on the path across the rope bridge,
Have a care, Lumberfoots. That
Dealing
river is
with-
a ferocious beast.
anything else along the way. And then having turned right at the end and then turning left.
Foul
Boop.
gas rats. Death is too good for you.
And then turning, yeah, so right then left into the caves. Should go through the Clan Festa tunnel system. Once again, this is probably going to be more of a visual guide than an audio guide, because I am bad at words. And turning... Ooh. I've never had to describe this before.
This is nothing.
Turn right at the first crossroads you come across, and then left into a main cave with a rock.
Two known regiments vanished without trace of them.
Kill all the things, and look for... I don't know. A tunnel that takes you to more of the wooden path that leads you back up the way that you should go, I guess, is the best way of describing it. If you find yourself fighting things, you're probably going the right way. Also, audio cues. Audio cues are nice.
Do you not see this is the path?
Right.
There's a rattling close by. You
Shall come across a drop down. Take the drop down and continue on your merry way. The next tome is ahead of you. And also down. But you shall first continue across multiple bridges. At the end of the last bridge, turn right. You go to the end and drop down. And there is a tome. We should make the Barden pick it up. It's a very exposed bit of rock. Now, I gotta hide here for a little bit while I wait for the bots to figure out where they need to be. And there it is, Barden has picked up the tome. From this point, you can drop down even further. And we shall continue on to the next part of the map. I honestly didn't think I was going to get my shield up there. Alright. Continue through the... Well, I want to call it...
Here, ammunition.
Through the something. Follow the trail. Following the leader. There are multiple paths through this map as well, depending on which path is open to you. You will eventually come across a small camp with a ramp at one end. It's a guard outpost, just in case people aren't watching. It is in this location you'll find yourself your second Grim.
Come on, up here. No more running for you, sack rats.
Kill any sack rats you might come across. They have loot die. Loot die are shiny and nice. Now, instead of disembarking the ramp and continuing on the path, stop at the very end of it, and you will find a small outcropping which you can very neatly and quickly jump on. Oh, they have improved the bot pathing so much. Normally they just fall to the bottom of the cliff and wait around there until, I don't know, they get to do teleporty BS, but whatever. in a chest, in the water, in the muck, you will find your second Grimoire.
There's a scryer rat close.
Open the chest, pick up the Grimoire, or make one of the bots pick it up, or one of your, if you're playing with friends. If you're playing with randoms, then ask, do we want Grim? Invariably, people will say yes, because, let's be honest, the more books you have, the more points you have. The more points you have, the shinier loot you get. And the better chance for rolling something pretty sweet. There's a warp fire throw here.
I think we broke the warp fire.
And it's dead. Right. Not far beyond the second Grimoire is our final tome. So, continue following the path. Fight your way through all of the things and the vines. You'll come across a stone bridge with a ramp/staircase to one side. You'll need to climb the stairs. Oh, they're behind us. This is very loud in my ears again. I don't know what it's like for the rest of you, but damn. This is quite an interesting experience. Alright. Traveling to... So you run straight ahead. There's a short jumping puzzle. And you'll find your tome on the other side. Now, this is going to take a few attempts. But if you fall off, don't worry about it. Just turn back. Oh boy. Break the banner. Should continue onwards. Alright. And jump. Nice. Alrighty. Underneath a tree on the other side. Oh look! A book! I should get the Kruberbot to pick it up. Oh man. That was embarrassing. Missed so many shots. Anyway, we shall now drop down and continue our journey. Right. Upon coming to the forest, which is very dark and very gloomy, turn right and follow the wooden path across. You don't exactly have to follow the wooden path in its entirety, but it does help for at least a general direction of, you know, where you need to travel. Eventually it is going to run out. Just keep traveling straight ahead.
Looks like we found ammunition.
Eventually you come across an opening in a cliff face and some stairs. Climb the stairs and enter the excavation site, apparently. Oh! Bad things trying to bot me.
This looks like the way down.
I'm gonna have to pick up a healing pot. In the middle of the site, there is a drop down. Drop down. I'll fight all the things. Now, in a previous attempt at recording this, we were talking about our favorite group, or at least my favorite group of characters, and it wasn't really much of a discussion. It was more of, this is what I like to do. So while we complete and talk about completing the objectives, we shall talk about favorite characters to run with. For the infections, I generally like to run just one person through everything, just to deal with it all quickly while everybody else kind of holds and aggroes the horde. There's no point in all four of you taking damage. And the poison damage is very annoying, to say the least. Wow, that is just a hideous noise. I really don't like it. Alrighty. But as I was saying, I generally like to run for most of the maps. Some of them, the characters do become a little bit situational, and there is no right way. This is just my preferred grouping of heroes. Kruber as the Grail Knight. Saltspire as the Witch Hunter Captain. For the third slot, it really depends on what you want to go for. I usually use the Elf, either as the Waystalker or the Shade, because one has healing and one is really good at stabby. So it depends. Do you want more stabbing or do you want healing? Is generally the way that I'm looking at it. And then the fourth slot is also another one which is purely situational, whereupon you can either use Sienna with her Battle Wizard career, or alternatively, now that we have the Outcast Engineer for Barden, I find that, well, that minigun is really overpowered. Like, really overpowered. If you do it right, you're never really going to run out of bullets. Like, ever. Which, if you're running Chaos Wastes, Barden with all the bullets is actually is a really fun build to play. Of course, that is, like, very dependent on the luck of the draw with boons and miracles and what have you, but I had a lot of fun with it. I am missing some stuff. Oh, that's one over there. You definitely want to block those guys. They do a lot of damage very fast. And the other one will be over in this... Nope, wrong way. There is... Ah. There you are. And that is done. The infestation is clear. We got a lovely fog effect. And now, you know, everything is coming to kill us. Alright, turning right, and then right. Following the blue shield, obviously. As we run, I'll explain the reasons as to why I picked those particular characters. Now, we've discussed the Elf. The Elf in the Waystalker has a thing called Amaranth, which heals her up to 50% of her health. You do need to be killing things for that to happen, I've discovered, or it helps it faster?
Stay alert for gunners, Mayflies.
I might actually do a video doing this a little bit more succinctly, but basically, Amaranth has healing. And sometimes that healing is that you can share it, but is pretty much what it boils down to. Or the Shade. Because her stab, if done from behind, does a lot of damage. Kruber Grail Knight, his glowy Sword of Destiny also does a lot of damage. Now, all of this does even more damage if you are running the Witch Hunter Captain Soulspire because of his ability to tag stuff. And his Animosity Shout. And then the final two is just damage over time. Sienna Battle Wizard has something where you can set things on fire and they will stay on fire, and obviously Outcast Engineer on Barden is, well, he's got a minigun. Why wouldn't you use a minigun? Miniguns are cool. Anyway, If you like what you saw, you know what to do. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.